What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. So things have really slowed down in the NBA. A lot of stuff has not happened, but today we did get a sign and trade completed of Buddy Hield to the Golden State Warriors. Well, of course, they lost Klay Thompson. They have added DeAnthony Melton, Kyle Anderson, and now Buddy Hield to potentially replace Klay. I don't know, but we're going to go ahead and jump in, talk about the Warriors have done this offseason. Are they done? Let's talk about it. Let's jump in and do this Golden State Warriors rebuild. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you are new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciate it. I really hope you guys had a good holiday as well. Happy Independence Day, happy 4th of July. I'm recording this very late at night, right when the day is about to be over. But we are in a very big lull in the NBA right now. It feels like this offseason is far from over, but we just haven't really had anything happen. I don't know if I'm the only one that feels that way, but it feels like there's going to be more that comes. It just isn't happening right now. It's very quiet. And I think that might have to do with the new CBA. But DeMar DeRozan news is still out there. There's some other guys I can't think of at the top of my head. Zach LaVine could still be moved. Like, there's so many things that could still happen, which is why I'm like trying to be very careful with what kind of videos we pick right now, because I'm trying to be, patient with some of these teams on what they're going to do next. But I mean, is this all the Warriors are going to do is the real question. I know they're in on potentially getting Lauri Markkanen, but I guess we're going to assume today that they don't end up getting him. We'll see what happens there. But Stephen Curry, of course, is the lone wolf here now. He doesn't really have a second star anymore. Jonathan Kuminga, I guess, would be the closest thing you could possibly get to being a second star here, and I'm not really sure you could even say that about him. You got Draymond Green, Buddy Hield, who they just got, like I said. So I guess a brand new splash brother to Klay Thompson. But yeah, so for this first season, I'm not really expecting a whole lot here, so we're just going to go ahead and get straight into it. So I don't think we have anything else. There's probably not much else we can do with this team. This team is like pretty much, I think, taking care of pretty much everything they can actually do. So we can just go straight to player progression because we're not going to do anything else. This team is pretty much in cap hell. Or not anymore. They're not really cap hell anymore, but they're definitely, I'm assuming, right up against that second apron once again. I guess I could just check for myself, but I know they got under it. But yeah, so they're only like $6 million off from being over it again, which is, it's cool. They're under it though. But yeah, if you go over, then, things get a little tough. So here's your rotation though. I guess we can go ahead and fix it as we go into the season. So let's just go ahead and start there. So Steph goes down, Draymond goes down, Buddy Hield also goes down. I even fixed his regression rate and that seemed to do nothing. So yeah, he's probably going to suck in this video. So I can't promise I'm going to keep Buddy Hield throughout it, but we'll see what happens. So let's just get straight into year number one with this Warriors team. We'll fix rotation on how we see fit and just kind of go with whatever we feel like is the best. So we got our work cut out for us today though, because Stephen Curry has only got a limited amount of time left and the Warriors are still trying to do things. They just haven't been able to accomplish a whole lot, if that makes sense, where we're going this. I think you guys know what I'm talking about. So we got to cut two guys here. So let's see who that will end up being. So it's going to have to, well, that was their second round pick. I guess it'd be Guy Santos and Lester, I guess, in this situation. So we'll cut those two guys. Everyone else pretty much has to stay. We could have cut Quentin Post as well, I guess, but he's the new guy that they drafted in round 2, so I guess I'll keep him. They bought the pick, so assuming they just wouldn't cut him. He probably could be a two-way as well, but whatever. So Stephen Curry, Buddy Hield, Wiggins, Kuminga, and Draymond Green is our starting 5 currently right now. And I don't hate it, but I know something we also could do is we could, in theory, we could slide Kuminga to small forward. I know he goes up in overall when you do that. So I think that's probably the best way to go about this, to slide Kuminga to small forward, Draymond Green back to power forward, because I don't know, I just feel like that's probably the best thing to do. And then Trace Jackson Davis, Kevon Looney will be our centers. It'll be something like this. It'll be Stephen Curry, Buddy Hield, Kuminga, Draymond, Trace Jackson Davis, Podziemski. I guess that puts Wiggins on the bench, Moses Moody, DeAnthony Melton, and then Looney once we give him these last few minutes. And then we're not even putting slow-mo in the rotation just because, like, I mean, where do we really put him? I mean, we're going to put him in over Moses Moody or Wiggins right now. I don't know. But it also feels extremely weird not to play him. So kind of in a weird spot. I guess in this situation, just play Looney, maybe? Or I guess we're just going to be playing Anderson over Looney. I mean, I can't really just not play Anderson. They just paid him, paid him money. It'd be weird if he didn't play. Yeah, I don't know exactly what they're going to do with the rotation. Obviously, they can consolidate some things, but they definitely, not that they're like necessarily deep, but there is some guys here that deserve minutes, but probably won't get any. So like you could maybe see Moses Moody not getting minutes this year, but they, like I said, also maybe they're not done. Maybe they make a trade. We'll see. We're going to simulate this first season, year number 1, and we are going to see how things go. If I decide to stop the trade deadline, I will show you. More than likely, we're going to try to make something up at the deadline, but things could get tough, but we will see what happens. And then one thing I want to look at as well is Kuminga's shot tendency is an 80. We're going to push that up even higher. We need him to become that second star here, so let's just go ahead and push that up as far as possible. We start off 4-0. Let's see if we can keep that momentum on the, keep it up. Do you bet on sports but absolutely suck at it or just need more help? Well, I have two softwares here that can help you tremendously. Ever since I found these two softwares, they've been an amazing help, and let me show you why. So basically, starting the optimizer here that mainly prioritizes fantasy apps such as PrizePicks, Underdog, Parlay Play, Better, all those DFS apps you can play that aren't traditional sports books. So basically, how it works is it compares discrepancies across multiple sports books. So it compares lines back to sports books, and line shopping is the most important thing you can do when it comes to betting on sports. If you put your emotions away and stop betting with your gut and just allow the data to tell you what to take, trust me, it changes your life if you like betting, I guess, like me. But regardless, there's no really good examples on the board at the moment, unfortunately. Can we find one on Underdog? So PrizePicks has like nothing that I could even point to. So I guess we got something here. So we have Martin Yoshida over half a base on Underdog. It's not the best play. Like I said, it's super late at night, so there's not a ton of value on the board right now. But as you can see, 4 different sports books are favoring the, well, I guess that is our, yeah, because that's a DFS app. But, you know, basically what they're offering is minus 144 over there. So across 4 different data points, you have minus 137 average odds. If you plug this in on Underdog and a 6 flex, you'd be getting it at minus 116 odds. So that is an insane discount that you can get by plugging that in on Underdog rather than playing on those other sports books. So, which is why having a tool like this is so clutch at finding good plays for those DFS apps. And then this is the same thing basically, but this is for traditional sports books such as FanDuel, DraftKings, but they do also have the fantasy optimizer that is on here as well. But yeah, if you bet on like traditional sports books such as like Fanatics or FanDuel, DraftKings, or Rebet, or any of those other sports books that are more traditional, you got ESPN Plus, or ESPN Bet, I should say, on here as well. So yeah, if you play on that, this is also really good tool to have. I've been using it the last few days. It's been pretty cool to, you know, try to bet on some traditional sports books. But if you want to check out either tool, link is down in the description below for both of them. Use code Crushables over at OddsJam. I believe it's 15% off your first month. And then on DGF, you get 25% off your first month. But both tools will absolutely help you profit on those sports books. Make sure to check them out. Let's get back to the video. So at the end of year 1, Jokic is your MVP, Alex Sarr Rookie of the Year, Naz Reid your 6-man, Wemby Defensive Player, George Most Improved, and LaMelo's your Clutch Player, and Mark is your Coach of the Year. So here's your All-NBA first team. Do we get Stephen Curry making one of these? We shall see. We do not. So he does not make an All-NBA team this year. That's a little disappointing, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and take a look at our stats as we ended up as the 6th seed in the West. So we missed the play, or we avoid the play entirely, and we are in the offs, and we get Kuminga as our second leading scorer. He's up to an 86 overall, which is fantastic. But yeah, this is the kind of jump the Warriors are really going to need. It's not great seeing him only shoot 28% from 3. He attempted 6 a game as well. That's very, very bad. Oh, man, that's rough. Not what you want to see at all. But despite that, he still averaged 19 points per game, I guess. But yeah, that's not a great sign. We have to hope he improves that, because he went down from 31, you know, shot 37% in his second season and went down to 31 and now 28. Yeah, we got to hope that progresses the other way. But regardless, we get Denver in round 1. We shall see how it goes, but let's shrink ourselves down to an 8-man rotation for the playoffs. So Melton's going to start, and we did send out some extensions. So like Melton was willing to sign extensions, so we went ahead and got him. So we'll grab him back. I'm pretty sure, though, the Warriors can actually extend Melton, but whatever. It's no big deal, I guess. Jonathan Kuminga, not yet, but we'll probably talk to him in the offseason. Gary Payton, we extended, and that's going to leave, like, Buddy Hield. Like, look at how many guys we're leaving out of the rotation. So Kevon Looney, we extended as well, just in case I make some trades this offseason, but we'll see what we can do. So, similarly, current round against Denver, who has Christian Brown, I assume, starting at shooting guard now, which is the case. And here's their starting 5. So basically kind of the same team, other than they lost, of course, KCP. But let's see how we do against them. Similarly, current round, we won game 1. But we are going to 7. And I tried to stop it to Simcast game 7, but I was too slow. We get bounced in round 1. I mean, I think if the Warriors kind of ran this roster, that's probably where we could see them go. So what do you do after that? The Dallas Mavericks go on to win it all, by the way, as they beat the Sixers. So what do we do now? LeBron James is going to call it a career. But what should we do next? So we are going to... Do we have a draft pick this offseason? I'm not sure. So let's see if our pick is owed somewhere. And we are going to end up sending it over to, it looks like, or no, we have the 21st pick. So we have the 21st pick in this draft, which is nice. That's great. But I'm pretty sure we're about to be a second apron team because something I didn't consider when I sent out those extensions, that unless there's a bunch of other guys coming off our books, which is possible, probably should let Gary Payton go. Probably there's no need to re-sign him. But we probably are going to be a second apron roster. So what do we do now is the biggest question. I'm not sure. I think giving those extensions out was probably a mistake on my part, but I'm only human. So let's go ahead and head to draft night with the 21st overall pick, and let's see where we're at. So salary cap breakdown. No. Well, I guess apparently we're not. So who's all coming off the books? So I guess once we pay Kuminga, that's going to be way different. But we could probably still do something while Kuminga isn't paid, which is great because obviously that would be a problem. But even with this cap hold, we're chilling right now. So that's good. Moses Moody is also a free agent. But we're probably going to try to make a trade using Wiggins' contract. I think that's where we should start with things. I mean, they tried to move him anyway. We'll see if we can find a team that may want his services, and hopefully we can do that. So we're going to try to make that happen before draft night, which means trading this 21st overall pick more than likely and going for it one last year with Stephen Curry. And I think the main thing we need, pretty glaring and obvious, as much as I like Trace Jackson Davis, I think we can get a better 5-man. That's probably where we should go with this. I'm not gonna lie, there's honestly no short of options here for us to go get a 5-man. It's just a matter of who do we go get. So we take a look at all the options. We could go get Nikola Vucevic. Obviously, I'm good on that. We're not gonna go for him. He's gonna regress. Jarrett Allen is on a 1-year deal. It would make sense for the Cavs to potentially move him, but I'm not sure I can get them to. I'm not sure I will be able to convince them to send me Jarrett Allen. But we might go look at that. The Clippers sucked. We can go get Zubac. The Grizzlies were horrendous. So maybe we go get Jaren Jackson. So there's a lot of different options we could look at here. Bam Adebayo as well off of the Miami Heat if they wanted to move off him for some reason. You also have an interesting option, which this is one of my favorite options, but the problem with it is the Lakers sucked and, you know, LeBron James just retired. So it would make sense for them to go in a rebuild. So yeah, getting Anthony Davis would be amazing. The problem with that is Anthony Davis just sucks in 2K, bro. He's not good anymore. And I'm not really sure trading for him solves anything. Despite him being a 94 overall and pairing him with Steph, that sounds amazing and all, but he sucks, bro. Like in 2K, not in real life. I know he has his, obviously criticisms in real life, but in 2K, he is horrendous, man. We could also go get Claxton. That's an interesting option. So I think I'm going to start with Jarrett Allen because I think Jarrett Allen would be my favorite guy to land. Jaren Jackson would probably be the next one. So let's see if we can get Jarrett Allen off the Cavs. I also think it could make sense for them to want to wing and return like Wiggins, but can we make this work is the question. So Wiggins for Jarrett Allen. We're going to have to take back some salary in this one. So I'm going to go ahead and send, I guess they give me like Nang or Dean Wade. So let's say they give us Dean Wade. And unfortunately, we throw them Trace Jackson Davis because we're going to need to throw some value in this trade. So we throw them Trace Jackson Davis. And unless we can keep him out of this trade, I'll try, but I don't know if we'll be able to. So let's see. Do I have anybody else of value? Not really. Moses Moody is restricted, or I would have considered throwing him in here. Melton, we just extended. So, yeah, the only guy we can really throw in here is Trace Jackson Davis. So, we're going to throw Trace Jackson Davis in pick 21. Does that get us Jarrett Allen is the question. They say no. I will throw a couple seconds, but I'm assuming with them being in a buying state right now, they're probably not going to accept this. So, yeah, they're not going to fork over. Do we trade? So this is a 2025 pick. Do we trade our 2027 to get this done for Jarrett Allen? Let's see. They say no. I'll throw the seconds, and out after that, I think I'm done. If they don't say yes to this, then we can just kind of forget it. So we're not getting Jarrett Allen. Good start, but not going to work out for us. So no Jarrett Allen. We'll try for a different 5-man. So let's move on from Jarrett Allen. We tried there. Didn't work. So do we go get Jaren Jackson and play him at the 5 still? 15 points per game, 33% shooting from 3. I think we can maybe pull this off as well without giving up, potentially giving up, what am I trying to say? Potentially giving up Trace Jackson Davis. So we're going to try to do this without Trace Jackson Davis. So Wiggins, 21 and a 2027 unprotected first, 2 seconds for Jaren Jackson. I mean, if we could get Jarrett Allen, I doubt they're accepting this, but I'll offer it anyway. They're in a buying state or a rebuilding state, so it might make a difference. No, I think and maybe I could throw them like a winning player like Kyle Anderson. I mean, no, they can't even take that much salary back. So, Jaren Jackson, another strikeout. So, who do we go to next to go get? Because we're striking out so far. All right, we will just keep going down the list, and now we're going to Nicholas Claxton. So, the Brooklyn Nets give us Claxton. They do have to take Wiggins' contract, but they're getting 4 picks in order to do this. We get Claxton, 21. A 2027 unprotected sucks to throw in, but they are taking on Wiggins' contract from us, so that's probably what we're going to have to do. Let's go ahead and send this over. I don't think we need an exception in this trade. So yeah, Wiggins, 2 firsts and and 2 seconds for Claxton. It gives us that center upgrade we're looking for. I wanted this to be Jarrett Allen, but I don't know. We could probably get away with just trading. Maybe we remove one of the picks, but I don't know. We'll just try this. They do agree. So we get away without trading 2027 first. You could convince me that that had to be in that trade, and I wouldn't really argue with you. So maybe I should have kept it in there, but whatever. We get our center. That's what we were looking for. Finally got it done. I don't really know if that's still enough, but hey, I will take it. And we send out Wiggins to Brooklyn. They get a couple, or they got, you know, some picks for it. So Claxton, welcome in. So they're going to be able to draft in this stacked draft class in 2025, and we trade out of it. So we'll see if that ends up paying off or not. So Quinn Post, I'll accept them as maybe a throw in a trade for extra salary if needed. Moses Moody, Garuba, and Kuminga are all free agents, so definitely going to be looking to resign probably all of them, honestly. So we are definitely about to be over the second apron here in just a second. So I think what we'll do is we'll move D'Anthony Melton to point guard because we need a backup point guard right now. So Melton will be our backup point guard. Podziemski is probably our starting 2 next year. We have Gary Payton who will come back, or not Gary Payton, Kuminga will come back. And then Trey Stacks, Davis, Looney is our center rotation with Claxton now. Draymond's still technically our starting power forward, but maybe we could find a way to trade him as well. I mean, do we look into trading Draymond? Do we just shake things up entirely and just try to give Steph a competent roster for these last few years? I don't hate the idea of it. We'll see if we can make it happen. I'll try. We just mortgage the future and try to give Steph a competent roster for his last couple seasons in the NBA. Let's do it. Unfortunately, they didn't really see anything that we like, so we're going to go ahead and just re-sign Kuminga and Moody and call it a day. So yeah, Kuminga is going to get a bag, which, you know, after shooting 28% from 3, I'm a little hesitant to give it to him, but I will go ahead and do so still. So we're going to pay Kuminga. I might wait till the last day to kind of keep it as cheap as possible, though, just because, I don't know, man. You know, as good as he was last year, that 3-point percentage is very important in the NBA nowadays, and it was horrendous. It just wasn't very good. So I'm going to try to get him for as cheap as I possibly can on the last day. So I think getting him for 25 isn't bad. So I'll go ahead and give him that. So if he signs that, I'm totally cool with that. And he will end up signing that. So we get Kuminga. Garuba is also back. We have so much depth at the center position now. Steph is going down. Podziemski is up. Draymond is down, which is to be expected. Garuba is up. So like I said, our center depth is fantastic right now. But I'm assuming now with the Kuminga extension, we are definitely, and Moses Moody, we are definitely over that second apron now. So we might be locked into what we're doing, which I'm not really sure that's a good thing, to be honest with you. I mean, we added Claxton, which is great. You know, we only traded out of the 2025 draft to do so. But man, I'm a little hesitant on how good this roster is really about to be. But hey, we'll see what happens. So let's get this next season. Power ranking line is 22nd overall. We're 4-star proficiency still under Steve Kerr, which is nice. We made it, you know, in the playoffs last year, so I'll leave it like that. So Steph, Podziemski, Kuminga, Draymond, Claxton, Moses Moody, Trace Jackson Davis, Buddy Hield, and then D'Anthony Melton if he got those last few minutes, which we will give him to. So it's not a bad roster. So maybe I'm a little down on it more than I should be. We will see how it goes. Draymond still being the starter kind of sucks, but it is what it is right now. If we take a look, let's see. So we are barely over the second apron, but we're still over it nonetheless. So yeah, we're definitely in a tough pickle there. So maybe we found a way to dump our way out of it, which we probably can this offseason with like Kyle Anderson's contract and, you know, maybe some other salaries. You could probably find a way to get out of under the second apron. But I think for now, we're pretty much locked in this roster. If I decide to find a way to trade Draymond, I will show you because we could take back some salary in his trade, just not more than we're sending out, which so we could bring someone in technically under $25.89 million, but we'll have to see if there's any good options. I don't know if there will be, but we shall see. So Luka wins MVP, Cooper Flag's your Rookie of the Year, Levine's your 6-man wave defensive player, Dillingham most improved, and Steph is your clutch player. Even at his age, he's still playing extremely well. We extended him as well at the contract extension deadline, so that was pretty cool to see him there. He does he make an All-NBA team this year? He does not, unfortunately. So, or I guess we can look here, but it didn't look like he does, unless it's just an update. No, he does make it All-NBA third team, so that's great. Okay, all offensive first team, all defensive second team. We ended up making it to the play-in once again, or I guess we made it into the playoffs last year, but we are a play-in team this year. Yeah, 28 from Steph, 22 for Kuminga, and okay, so his percentages went up this year. That feels pretty good, at least. I'll take that. Buddy Hield with 13, and Podziemski with 13, and 12 from Moses Moody, 9 from Chase Jackson Davis, and 9.5 and 10 from Claxton. So I wanted to make a move at the deadline, but it wasn't there. Unfortunately, it just wasn't there. But I do have an idea in mind, potentially this offseason. Now, we're running out of time with Stephen Curry for sure, but I extended him for a couple more years, so I think we have another year or two after this to try to make something happen with them. He's still playing great basketball. I'm expecting him to fall off a cliff next year, but let's see if we can get past the Denver Nuggets to, give ourselves a chance here and maybe get into the playoffs and see how we do. So, we were pretty good for the most part this season, but, kind of just downward spiraled at the end, and it's not looking good for us here, so... Yeah, kind of sucks. Again, though, like Stephen Curry, I don't think is the kind of... Oh, wait. I forgot we had a second chance. I thought we were just done for. But hey, we're up 2-0 on the Thunder right now. Okay. I thought we were just done for. But now they're going to even it up. I probably should have just, kept not paying attention because it was working out. But now we're in an even series with Thunder. The fact that we won the first 2 games was pretty wild. But hey, maybe we come back. And, or I guess not come back because we were never down. But... we win game 5. We have had the lead a couple times in this game, and we are going to win game 5, guys. Okay. Can we beat the Thunder and go to in the second round? I thought we were dead. And now we might go to the second round. We have to win this one, though. I feel like if we go to game 7 at OKC, we're cooked. Let's see. We got the lead right now. Bro, ever since the Thunder lost Josh Giddey, they are just not the same anymore, which I'm totally okay with because we just beat them in round freaking 1. Wow, okay. A little crazy there, but hey, I'll take it. And man, I would have loved if we saw the Sacramento Kings there. But we get the Minnesota Timberwolves. Rob Dillingham, as we saw, is on a tear, and he's averaging 21 in the playoffs right now. But I mean, we just beat the Thunder. I mean, who did the Thunder even have? I guess they're starting Fultz at the 2 guard. They have Franz Wagner, J-Dub still there, but we beat this team. So why not? As Russell Westbrook, I think, is the one that used to say it all the time. Why not? Why not us or whatever? But somebody come around against Minnesota, and we're up 3-1. And we're going to beat them in 5. I had no inkling whatsoever that we were going to be in the conference finals this year, but here we are. I would love to see the Jazz. I would not love to play Luka. Give me the Jazz. And of course, we're getting the Mavericks. Yeah, we are. So, Klay Thompson gets to play his former team in the conference finals. That should be fun. He's averaging 10 in the playoffs right now. Well, here goes nothing. We've made it this far. The Mavericks have signed Gordon Hayward, which is interesting, but... let's see how we do. We've made it this far. Can we go out here and get to the finals? Stephen Curry won last time. We won game 1, but now we're down 3-1. So, Klay maybe made the right decision to leave this team, but here goes nothing anyway. So, let's see if we can maybe get back in this series. We're down 3-1 at the moment. Stephen Curry, this would be your time to, rewrite how you came. Oh, okay, so never mind. I don't even know what I was about to say, but that ship has sailed. Okay. So we lose to the Mavericks, but the fact we made it to the conference finals is kind of amazing. So the Mavericks go on to win it all. That gives me hope. We may not be done yet. Stephen Curry is trying to retire on us, but we're going to make sure that doesn't happen. We are going to go at least one more season in this video. I have an idea. It all depends on how our cap situation looks. So the Knicks go on to win the #1 overall pick from the Wizards. To be honest with you, I have no clue if that pick is protected or not. Thunder via Houston and then Spurs via Chicago. We're in the year of 2026. Most likely there's protections on those picks, but whatever. I'm just going to let the Knicks have it. So, our coach staff is still filled out, so we can leave that the way it is. So what do we do is the question. What's our, it all depends on our salary situation. We do have a first-round pick in this draft, so we can go ahead and draft someone who's 16. So at 16, we are going to take, who do we take? Do we take Caden Boozer? We got Ja Johnson, Darius. I guess I'll take Jaden here because we probably need a power forward to develop in the future anyway, or he's a trade piece. We'll sign him to his contract. Player options, Draymond, of course, kind of expected him to accept that, and we're going to accept Trace Jackson Davis and Podziemski. Quinn Post is gone, and then here is for free agency. So Garuba is a free agent, but what can we do now? So we do have the money to sign someone, which is nice, but I have an idea of who I want to go for. Can we pull it off? Those are the questions. So Draymond Green's salary goes up to $27 million. So let's see. Are we over the second apron still? And no, we are under it, which is nice. We actually can make a trade here. So that's fantastic. And I have the idea of who I want to get. I don't need to I don't need to take credit for this. We're going to go talk to the Jazz about Lauri Markkanen. We're going to go see if we can pull it off. He was available at the deadline, but I had no way of doing it because we were over the second apron, and we just couldn't send out more salary than we were bringing in, and Draymond, it just didn't work. So the Jazz maybe decide to trade Markkanen if we give them a premium package to do so. So let's go see if we can convince them to give us Markkanen. So they take on Draymond Green's expiring contract, which I apologize, Draymond, but if I'm getting Lauri Markkanen, I'm absolutely doing this. I'll trade you 2027. I'll trade you 2029 because I think that's what kind of market Markkanen would have anyway. And then, do I have anything else of value? I could take Jaden and throw him in this trade as well, who we just got. Or we could just trade the 2 firsts out and just call it a day there. Maybe trade Stacks and Davis. I'll try to keep it to Jaden Quaitnitz, I guess, because he's the one who we just drafted. So that's 3 first-round picks worth of value for Markkanen. Is that enough? I think it will be, and they don't agree. So that sucks. I'll throw a second, and that's all it took. We just had to throw in a second-round pick, and now we have Lauri Markkanen like the rumors are said to be in real life, but just, years later. So Markkanen will slide down to the 4. He goes up in overall, and this gives us the best chance to try to do something before Stephen Curry is officially done. So here goes nothing. We're going to go straight to player progression because we're locked into this roster now, and I couldn't be more excited to see if we can make something happen here. So going to player progression, let's see what it's looking like. So we got Lauri Markkanen up, Podziemski is up, and then Looney is down, and they got like Kyle Anderson, Gary Payton all going down here. But that's fine. Those guys are not even going to play. Who cares about them, right? We're going into this final season. Maybe this could be the second to last season, depending on how things go. If we get a championship, I'll just end it on that note. But if I feel like we can go one more year with Steph, although he might retire on us. So actually, this could be our last year. I just forgot he retired. So can we be a 4.5? We cannot. So I will leave it at Perimeter Centric because Perimeter Centric got us to the finals or to the conference finals last year. So here we go, man. Markkanen is being brought in finally. Do we go on here and try to get one last final run with Stephen Curry? Hopefully we can make it happen. So Halliburton wins MVP. So shout out to Tyrese Halliburton, averaging 30 and 12. AJ ends up in LA, and he ends up winning Rookie of the Year. Nikola Topic, 6-man or Topic, whatever. Women defensive player improved goes to Collier. So Collier, I'll have to take note of that when I do a Jazz rebuild. Man went off in this final season. I'm assuming because Markkanen is out of the way, of course. But here's All-NBA first team, All-NBA second, and All-NBA third. So no Stephen Curry this time, I don't believe. But probably because he had more help, which is great. And then did I just see? So Collier made All-NBA third team. Shout out to Isaiah Collier. So we ended up as the 3rd seed in the Western Conference. Here were your player stats. You had 24.5 from Steph, 21 from Kuminga, 19 from Markkanen, 12 from Buddy Hield, 12 from Moses Moody, and 11.5 from Podziemski, 8 and 9 from Claxton. But all that matters now is trying to get back to that conference finals, but maybe this time getting lucky enough to win it. So here we go, Minnesota round 1. We beat this team last year. Let's see if we can do it again. So many current round against Minnesota, and we are down 3-1 just like that. So even after adding Markkanen, we are probably done for, it's looking like, which really sucks, man. Thought we were cooking with that trade, but maybe we come back from this one. We're down 3-1, and I mean, if this is the end here, I guess we should watch the last couple minutes of our video or watch this video in the way it might. So even though we are not even close to coming back in the series just yet, it is a close game nonetheless, so we can watch it. So 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in the game. We're going to send it off to Buddy Hield here. Now we get to Steph in the paint. Steph is going to have Rob Dillingham on him. Get some help defense. Going to kick it out to, I believe that, oh, Steph 3. Yeah, that's what we want to see. Okay. All right, 106 to 108. We're not done yet. We're down to, or up to 2 minutes left in the clock in Golden State. So let's see if we can finish this one off. Rob Dillingham is going to try to do something on Steph. Let's see if Dillingham can make something happen. He's going to back up the perimeter. We got a wide open Cat. Cat's going to shoot it, and he's going to take the lead with another 3. So, yeah, one of the best shooting big men, of course, in the NBA right now. So that sucked, but here we go. Steph maybe can respond to that. We're going to get a, we got Podziemski open, but we get it to him kind of late. So Steph is cutting, and that is what you get from Stephen Curry. We are now up 1. So Steph right now is doing his thing. He's got, never mind. I thought that said how many points he has in the corner, but that's something else. All right. Let's see if we can get a stop this time. Hopefully we can, because I would love to see us go to a game 6 here and try to force a game 7. So Minnesota is getting a screen. I think that's Daron Sharp, and Sharp is going to be there for the offensive board, and they take the 1-point lead. So far, this is a back-and-forth game, man. So this is entertaining, but can we respond this time? Steph has been great. Can he keep it up? Steph's going to just take in the paint. He's going to kick it out to a Podziemski. Podziemski is going to oh, charging. Wow. I didn't see a charging there. That's kind of crazy. It looked like he went by him, but man, that looked promising. Markkanen is now on the floor. Wish he would have been out here earlier, but what can you do? So, all right. We're down 1, and now they have the ball on Anthony Edwards. I don't think I've seen Edwards yet. I think he just got subbed in. So Edwards, Podziemski guarding him. Can we get a stop? Like a 99 overall Anthony Edwards, and he just takes it and drives it and just dunks it in our faces. So we're more than likely, I can't say we're done for. We're down 3 with Stephen Curry. Like, anything is possible. We still have Markkanen who can scorch it as well. So Steph is going to give it to a wide open Claxton who was cutting, and we are down 1. This has been an entertaining back and forth. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of entertained right now. All right. 54 seconds left. Edwards is going to have the ball. He's going to try to make something happen here. He's going to get a screen from Gobert. Claxton's going to, okay. Okay. Yeah, this is fun, man. This is fun. Podziemski, okay. Okay, what is going on? That was nasty. Yo, Podziemski, what are you on, man? The NBA might have to send you a drug test, because what on earth was that? That was disgusting. On Anthony Edwards? Bro, that was disrespectful. But we're up 2 now. Holy moly, this is crazy. All right, let's see if we can finish this one off. That was a lovely block by Claxton, and then what Podziemski just did. Now, can we get a stop? That's the biggest question. So, Gobert screen once again. Edwards stops. Picked up his dribble. Giving it to Gobert. Now you have, I don't even know who has the ball right now. Do you? I have no idea who that is. And he's going to shoot a 3. And he's going to bank it, of course. Or I guess not bank it. He sinked it. 116 to 115. I guess that's what I get for not knowing whoever that was. And he just killed us. All right. We're down 1. But hey, man, we've been able to score in every possession we've gotten so far. So let's see if we can do that here. Down 1. Can we make something happen? Steph's going to have the ball. He's going to have, again, I don't know who that is, but Steph, okay. I'm nervous. Let's see if we can make something happen. 6 seconds left on the clock. Steph's going to drive it. He's going to shoot a mid-range, and it's going to go off the rim. And we're going to barely get the foul in. We're down 0.7 of a second, and we have no timeouts. This game is all but over. Unfortunately for us, we are going home here in Game 5. Despite a very entertaining Game 5, we gave it our all, and now we are cooked, man. So that sucks, man. That was fun, but unfortunately... Oh my goodness, I almost went in. I don't know if that would have counted, but unfortunately, man, we go home here in round 1 to the Timberwolves. So I decided to run it back one more season because Stephen Curry decided not to retire. I thought for sure he was going to retire, so last season would be the last one, but he decided to go once again. So this year we get the 4th seed in the West. 40 years old, no matter what, this is the final season. I assume he retires after this, and there will be nothing we can do. But we draw the Rockets in round 1 rather than the Timberwolves, so we shall see. They do have Cooper flagged, though. So we could be cooked, but we'll give it our best try. We'll go to an 8-man rotation, and we'll live by some late current round here, and we are going to beat them in 5. Okay, but now we get the Thunder, who got Josh Giddey back. Watch them beat us easily now. That's just hilarious. Let's just see what happens. And they literally, I'm like, it just makes no sense. That's so funny. Okay, OKC in Minnesota, and the Wizards and the Wolves, and the Wizards of all teams. I guess on 4th of July, I guess 4th of July is officially over because it's 12:33 a.m. for me now. But hey, kind of interesting and funny there. I guess a funny way to end the video. And Steph is going to... he doesn't retire, interestingly enough, but I'm going to still end it there. I'm surprised he hasn't retired. I guess he's going to go again. But I'm going to end it on that note, guys. The Thunder got Josh Giddey back. The league is screwed, at least in 2K. I hope you guys enjoy the video regardless. What will the Warriors do next? Let me know down in the comments section below. Rough little past couple of videos. We've not been able to get a championship, but we've had some challenging ones with the Warriors and the Lakers. But other than that, I'll see y'all in the next one. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.